the technology didn't exist at the time to have a commercial, practical product in the speech space. People had pursued it, trying to use natural language processing, word-based analysis, and there's a whole bunch of reasons, and it's so easy when you're looking backwards. It's simple to say, yeah, that's not going to work. But the truth is, an NLP approach to clinical analysis in a practical way is just never going to work. And so we're sitting in that bagel shop, and Jeff is describing, it turned into 8 hours of meeting and a wonderful time with Jeff. He's describing everything over the last 35 years. I mean, because he's a genius in the area. And so he's describing all of that, and I'm just listening. And I thought, well, Jeff, you know my daughter, Caitlin, my oldest. My wife and I have 5 children. I said, when she would come home from high school, she's married now, she has a child, 9 years ago, this is true. But when she would come home from high school, and I'd watch her come across the room, I'm in the kitchen, I'm working, like we do. I could tell from her gait whether it was a good or bad day. I mean, just a strut, Every parent knows this. And when she would turn and look at me, I mean, whew, I would say to her what every parent says, and I would get the same answer every parent gets. I would say, honey, how's your day? And she would say, it's fine, and keep going, And I would go, no, time out, come on, okay, come back, And we would talk about her day, whether it was soccer practice, whether it was a chemistry exam, whether it was anything, what it was. And I said to Jeff, I said, my daughter's married now. She's not living with us, and she's out of home, and not my best day. She has her first child. Wonderful thing, actually. And when I call her, and I'll admit I call her at least twice a week, when I call her and it's irritatingly accurate, I know whether it's a good day or a bad day. It has nothing to do with the words she's speaking. I can't see the physical cues. I can't see her body language. I can't see her facial expressions. And I still know whether she's happy or she's sad or she's anxious or she's upset. I know it all. And as I said, it's irritatingly accurate. And so I said to Jeff, how are we doing that? Because clinical teams do that every day. And if we could build a tool that could be in their hand that would objectively measure that, validate what they're seeing, that could be valuable to them, And I'm already talking about a half a dozen different illnesses or diseases, I'm reading my daughter, I'm reading as we do our children, and they do that with their patients. And he said, I don't know how we do that. And I said, well, we're using the same machine learning tool, maybe a better one, but we have one. Can we use machine learning to do this? And that started the journey. That's where it started.
So